Okay, so I'm here at CES with Runyan from intoPIX, and we're talking about video compression. And just explain to me the product and why it's important and how it might be an advantage over H.265, for example.
Okay, yeah. No, so what we're doing here is we're showing lossless video compression. That's probably the first thing. Is that so this is going to be perfect video, just like you had if you had uncompressed video. And we're taking an image sensor, and off that image sensor, we're putting it through a simple image, or ISP, image signal processing. And then from that, we compress that down. In this case, we're doing 8:1 compression, and to get it back underneath a gigabit Ethernet. And so now you can just take it. In this case, we're showing you running across a gigabit Ethernet network. So you don't have to go up to 10 gig, you don't have to go to 25 gig, you don't have to go 100 gig, depending on, you go to higher and higher level sensors, the data rates are getting very huge. So what we're doing is we're enabling people to bring that ratio roughly down 10:1. So if you're at, if you're running at 4K video, that's 12 gigabits per second uncompressed, we can bring you back underneath 1 gigabit for that. So it gets you back into a gigabit kind of network, makes your cabling cheaper, brings the power down. And so that's what we're doing in this case. And which is also
so you mentioned you walked around ISC West. Where do you see the fit from the security monitoring, the security video monitoring angle?
So since you're doing, our kind of video is lossless, so it's in its most pure state. There's no artifacts, we haven't done any damage to the video when you do the compression. So the case where you want to use us is when, let's say you find and you discover an event that you want to look into, maybe you switch over to us, or maybe you've got us recording at the same time, you then save that video at that point, because now you're going to get really pristine, perfect video at that point that you can drill into and look, and there's no artifacts, there's no degradation in the video. Whereas more traditional codecs, they're giving you very high compression, they serve a very good purpose, but they're also degrading the video. The video is not as good.
So do you see this being on the edge on a camera, or maybe in an NVR, or?
It could be in multiple places. Like here, we're right behind the image sensor.
Okay.
It could be on the processor inside the camera. It could be farther in. It could be part of the VMS, farther down line. If you want to, you could leave it in RAW. One of the things we'll talk about is this actually, instead of even putting it through the image signal processor, you leave it in RAW the whole way. And that's the most pure state, perfect video you can get, coming right off that image sensor, compress that down, and then you do the ISP, in the cloud, where you can even do a much more powerful ISP, because now you can configure it, but as long as you've left it in RAW, you can always come back and change it later and make improvements on it.
So you're here at CES, so obviously this is, intended for the ADAS market, for the, auto market, but you see expansion perhaps into security?
Yeah, absolutely. Machine vision, medical, ADAS. The other key thing that's very important with our technology is with 264, 265, you're getting couple hundred milliseconds usually of delay when you do that compression. Our compression is a couple hundred microseconds, so we're an order of magnitude faster, which is, of course, in ADAS is very important, because they need to get that image and they need to make a decision on it very quick.
Right.
So when you need very low latency as well, that's the other nice part. You can actually kick over to us very quickly if you want to start recording us. If you don't want to, because obviously we're going to take more space, we're a bigger file, but you get higher quality video. So
thank you so much.
You bet.